You probably think every truck in America sells like hotcakes. After all, Ford, Chevy, and Ram dominate the market year after year. But not every truck is a hit. In fact, some models have become complete sales disasters. The ones dealerships can't move and buyers won't touch. And the first truck on this list? It's such a flop that many people don't even realize it still exists. Starting with number 16, Nissan Titan. Nissan once dreamed of breaking into the American full-size market, but the Titan has become a forgotten relic. On paper, it had everything: a strong V8, bold styling, and Japanese engineering. But in reality, it never kept up with Ford, Chevy, or Ram. Sales have collapsed to the point where the Titan is practically invisible on US roads. Poor fuel economy, limited configurations, and a weak dealer network all sealed its fate. By 2022, it was one of the slowest-selling trucks in the country, and Nissan quietly announced plans to kill it off entirely. Buyers aren't lining up for a truck with no future. Number 15, Honda Ridgeline. Honda built the Ridgeline for people who wanted car-like comfort in a truck body. And while it's reliable and unique, hardcore truck buyers simply don't take it seriously. It's not body-on-frame, it doesn't tow like rivals, and it lacks the rugged image that sells trucks in America. The Ridgeline sits on dealer lots far longer than competitors. Consumer demand just isn't there, even though reviewers often praise it. In the world of pickups, perception matters, and many Americans still see it as a minivan in disguise. Number 14, Chevrolet Silverado EV. It should have been a blockbuster, an electric version of one of America's best-selling trucks. Instead, it's been slow out of the gate. Production delays, sky-high prices, and concerns about range and charging infrastructure have all hurt demand. Buyers who love the Silverado nameplate aren't convinced the EV can deliver the same toughness they expect. And with Ford's Lightning already struggling, GM's electric Gamble is facing the same uphill battle. Trucks live and die on reputation, and right now, the Silverado EV is fighting one it hasn't earned yet. Number 13, GMC Canyon. As the sibling to the Chevy Colorado, you'd think the Canyon would have steady sales, but it's consistently overshadowed by bigger names. Buyers complain about outdated interiors, glitchy transmissions, and prices that don't match what you get. While Toyota dominates the midsize segment with the Tacoma, the Canyon barely registers. Low demand has kept it at the bottom of the sales charts for years, and even GMC's professional-grade marketing couldn't save it. Number 12, Ford Ranger. Ford hyped up the Ranger's return to America in 2019, but reality didn't live up to expectations. Instead of stealing buyers from the Tacoma, the Ranger stumbled with a cramped interior, rough ride, and unimpressive fuel economy for its size. Sales never reached Ford's projections, and it quickly became one of the slowest sellers in its class. For many buyers, it felt like a half-baked comeback that never matched the legacy of the old Rangers. Number 11, Chevrolet Colorado. Chevy hoped the Colorado would be the Tacoma killer. Instead, it's been one of the most inconsistent trucks on the market. Buyers expected rugged dependability, but what they got was transmission shuddering, electrical glitches, and an interior that felt outdated almost as soon as it launched. Resale values are weak compared to Toyota's, and many dealers report Colorado's sitting on lots for months. Chevy's full-size Silverado overshadows it completely, leaving the Colorado as the forgotten middle child of the lineup. Number 10, Jeep Gladiator. When Jeep announced a pickup, excitement went through the roof. A Wrangler with a bed? It sounded like a dream. But once it hit showrooms, reality set in. The Gladiator is expensive, less practical than traditional mid-sized trucks, and rides rough even by Jeep standards. Sales were hot in the first year, but then cooled off fast. Many buyers realized they were paying more for cool factor than real utility. On the used market, they've depreciated heavily. Proof that the Gladiator's hype didn't translate into staying power. Number 9, Ram 1500 Classic. This one surprises a lot of people. The Ram 1500 is one of the most popular trucks in America, but the Classic version, which Ram kept selling as a cheaper alternative after launching the new generation, just isn't moving. Buyers see it as outdated, with old styling, fewer safety features, and less efficiency. Dealers pushed it hard with discounts, But most shoppers are willing to spend a little more for the newer Ram. In sales reports, the Classic consistently trails far behind, proving that truck buyers don't want to spend good money on old leftovers. Number 8. Hyundai Santa Cruz. Hyundai thought it could break into the US truck market with a compact lifestyle pickup. At launch, it drew attention for its unique design and crossover-like comfort, but sales quickly flattened. Why? Because most American truck buyers see it as too small, too light-duty, and too much like an SUV with a bed. While it has its fans, especially in cities, mainstream truck buyers don't want it. Compared to the Ford Maverick, which stole the compact truck spotlight, the Santa Cruz is lagging behind badly in sales. For a company known for value, this truck just didn't connect with America's core truck crowd. Number 7. Ford Maverick Hybrid. Ford made waves by introducing a compact truck with hybrid power, promising fuel efficiency and low cost. Sounds like a winner, right? But once the initial hype passed, demand dropped for the hybrid trims. Buyers complained about long wait times, limited towing ability, and higher than expected real-world prices once dealer markups were added. Gas versions still sell decently, but the hybrid, once touted as revolutionary, has become one of the slower movers in Ford's truck lineup. Number 6. GMC Sierra 1500 Limited. Much like the Ram Classic, GMC tried to stretch the life of its old Sierra body by selling it alongside the new model. The problem? Truck buyers don't want yesterday's design. The limited versions had weaker technology, fewer luxury touches, and looked outdated next to the fresh Sierra. As a result, sales stalled, and dealers ended up discounting them heavily. In today's market, people expect trucks to be both capable and modern. The Limited just couldn't deliver. Number 5. Toyota Tundra. Previous generation. Toyota has a reputation for bulletproof reliability, but the last-gen Tundra couldn't compete in America's full-size market. While Ford, Chevy, and Ram poured money into tech, luxury, and efficiency, the Tundra barely changed for over a decade. Outdated design, poor fuel economy, and limited trims meant buyers skipped over it. Sales dropped so low that Toyota finally had no choice but to launch an all-new model. On lots, the old ones gathered dust because people weren't willing to pay new prices for a truck that felt stuck in 2008. Number 4. Nissan Frontier. Before 2022 redesign. The Frontier was one of the oldest trucks on the market, unchanged for nearly 15 years. While rivals added modern safety, infotainment, and comfort, the Frontier kept showing up with dated styling and a bare-bones cabin. Buyers noticed, and sales reflected it. By the late 2000s, it was one of the least popular trucks in America, with entire model years barely making a dent in the charts. Nissan finally redesigned it, but the damage to its reputation lingers. Number 3. Ford F-150 Lightning. Ford's electric pickup made headlines at launch, but real-world demand has cooled dramatically. High prices, production delays, and limited charging infrastructure have pushed many buyers back to traditional gas and diesel models. Dealers have even started cutting prices just to move them, a bad sign for a truck that was supposed to revolutionize the market. In America, full-size buyers want convenience and capability without compromise, and for now, the Lightning just hasn't won them over. Number 2. Ram 3500 Heavy Duty. It's built to tow mountains, but that doesn't mean people are buying it. Sales of the Ram HD models have struggled as reliability complaints pile up, especially around diesel engines and transmissions. Add in sky-high sticker prices and brutal fuel economy, and most buyers are looking elsewhere. These trucks are built for a niche, and right now that niche is shrinking. Dealers report slower turnover compared to Ford's Super Duty and Chevy's HD lineup, making the Ram one of the worst performers in its category. Number 1. Nissan Titan XD. The Titan XD was supposed to be Nissan's big gamble, a truck that bridged the gap between half-ton and heavy-duty. Instead, it became one of the biggest flops in modern pickup history. The Cummins diesel option was plagued with issues, the truck was underpowered compared to rivals, and the marketing confused more buyers than it convinced. Sales were so poor that Nissan pulled the diesel entirely and is now phasing the whole Titan out of the US market. When dealerships can't sell a truck even with huge discounts, you know it's doomed. The Titan XD isn't just a worse seller, It's a textbook example of how not to build a truck for America. Not every pickup is destined to be a bestseller. Some flop because they're outdated, others because they're overpriced, and some because they simply don't fit what U.S. buyers want. Knowing which trucks to avoid can save you money, frustration, and years of regret. So which of these trucks surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you found this list helpful, and don't forget to subscribe for more no-nonsense car breakdowns. And keep an eye out. Our next video is diving into the most overhyped SUVs on the market today.